I just knew that they support people no matter what. I think that's all I really knew about Samaritans.
I think we should all be Samaritans.
I've always brought the children up to know that they're okay, so mum's going out to take care of people that need a little bit of help. Anyone can call with anything. You're never ever judged.
I raised money for the Belfast branch. They said, you know, we're always looking for volunteers here, so that was that. They don't give advice, they don't tell you what to do. For me, that's one of the biggest reasons that Samaritans works.
Sometimes people can go weeks without speaking to someone. We're sociable creatures, you know, we're not meant to be alone. I'd tried to take my own life a couple of times previous. I rang the Samaritans, I felt safe pretty much instantly. I felt that trust. I was glad at the time when I had someone to talk to.
Not everyone sleeps at night. It can be a really lonely time. So where do people go? What do people do? Who do people talk to? I think it's important that they're there 24/7.
At night is when your mind can take you to places that you didn't need to go.
Through my own struggles, I kind of appreciated the value of talking. It's all about that connection. People need people. You know, what drives us is our emotions and feelings.
The second that you put the phone down, another call comes in. It's really a privilege to be able to be part of this network.
It is powerful, there's no two ways about it.
The donations that people give are incredibly important to keep the centres running.
We do a lot of outreach, whether that's going to schools or prisons. It's everyday people talking to everyday people, I suppose.
Good evening, everybody. I need to take my headphones out. Good evening, everyone. I can hear myself. That was awful. Hi, how are we all? How are we doing? I hope you're all well. Thank you very much for joining us on what is a very, very, very special night for me. Welcome to Thursday, the 8th of October. I think it's week 29 now. For the quiz on a Thursday night. So thank you very much for joining us. And yeah, it's here, it's out. I have seen so many of you sending us pictures of these earlier, so thank you so much. But don't forget, we have got competition around that, so stay tuned for that. We'll talk about it a bit later on. But thank you so much for those of you who have shared your pictures so far. It's so incredible seeing so many of you with the book and everything. So thank you so much. It's been the most surreal of weeks that you wouldn't believe, with all of the bits and pieces going on. But yeah, so we'll talk more about it later on. But thank you very much for joining us this evening. It's been, my feet haven't touched the ground this week. There's been so much going on, and in between that, I've managed to write a 50-question quiz for everyone. So yeah, we're still here, we're still going, which is the main point, that you're all here. So thank you very much for joining us. Slightly different setup tonight from what I've usually got in front of me. So I've had to change software that I use. So normally I use a piece of software called XSplit. So for tonight I've had to make the switch, and I've switched over to a different software because later on this evening we've got a musical performance from the incredibly talented Callum Mountford. That's at the end of the quiz, and then after that I've got the incredible journalist that is David Parsley from the iNewspaper. So he's going to do a Q&A with me with regards to the book, learn a bit more about myself and stuff. And for me to be able to do that, I've had probably about 48 hours to teach myself how to use this new piece of software. So who knows what's going to happen tonight. It could be fun. But yeah, do stick around at the end of the live stream, because there, it's going to be I think we'd probably get the Q&A started around about 9:25 after Callum's couple of incredible songs as well. I found myself humming them earlier. I've had them sort of on a loop for the last sort of few hours, and then I was walking around the kitchen going, oh no, that's why. What song is that I'm humming? And realised it was Callum. So really, really pleased that he's recorded those for us for tonight. So yeah, welcome along. Thank you very much for joining us. For those of you who are new and wondering what on earth I'm going on about, this is Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz. Tonight we're celebrating the launch of the Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz book. Very, very proud of it. I'm glad that it's now finally out there and I can relax. But yeah, so it's just a normal pen and paper quiz. There's a countdown timer. Oh yeah, I've moved everything around there. I forgot it's normally about there, but I've moved everything around on screen. So the first question will be asked in about 22 minutes time. What you need to do is grab yourselves a pen and a piece of paper. We've got 50 questions in front of us. Before I do forget, for those of you who are regulars, you'll know it's available, but if you are new, the link is down in the description. Check out Quiz Jockey. It's an interactive way of playing. So good evening to Michael and team. Hope they're all well. But yeah, so check out quizjockey.com. You can play in a room on your own. You can get a team together. You can play in an open room with loads of other different people, and it marks itself for you, and it's the same quiz, so you still see all of this. But yeah, it's just a different way of playing the quiz. It's so much fun. It's, we love seeing all of your tweets and stuff coming through at the end of the quiz saying, how you got on. And it seems to be for real hardened quizzes, some of the scores I've seen in some of those rooms. So yeah, join if you want to check out Quiz Jockey. It's down in the description below. You've got sort of about 15 minutes before, 15-20 minutes before everything gets locked off in there, and it's great because you can see what everybody else answered as well against you that are in your room. So yeah, do check that out. It's up and running now. So yeah, go on over. I know loads of you have already signed up, which is great. And then we spend this time saying hello to everyone. So how is everybody? I'm just firstly, before we do, we say a big good evening to Alex and Becky. Hope that they are both well. They're over on social media tonight, feverishly looking for, as always, regulars but if you're new, hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz. Go and find us over on Twitter and Instagram, and if you use the hashtag, then they'll be able to find it, and then they send all the hellos and everything through to me. Later on in the Q&A, if you use the hashtag, there is a possibility that your tweet may even appear on the screen. Yeah, I've been teaching myself all sorts this week. It's been great fun. Right, so let's say hello to a few people while we're on. Firstly from Dean Lester, can Team Quiz Akabusi get a shout out, please? We're in the carrot orange quiz jockey room, perfect timing, and are gonna go one better today and finish first. Well, good luck to you, Dean. Hope you're doing well. Scott Stevenson, hi Jay, it's my dad's birthday today. He's probably your biggest fan, literally. Well, thank you very much. And you've helped him through lockdown when he was sheltering at home with MS. Is there any chance he could get a shout out on the quiz tonight? Just something simple like happy birthday Jimmy Stevenson from me, Jay, and all of your family. Well, there you go. So yeah, happy birthday Jimmy Stevenson from myself and all of your family. You got a bit more with that, so you got a bit more than just the happy birthday. Good evening, Sarah Brogan. It would make my night for a shout out. Well, good evening to you, Sarah. Hope you are okay. Hope everything's well. What else have we got? Andy White, wow, don't Thursdays come around quick? You're telling me. Shout out for the week 2 starters, Andy and Sharon White from Somerset. Good evening to you guys. Hope you're all well. Richard Berry would really appreciate a shout out to my daughter and son, Megan and Zach, who are being allowed to stay up to do the quiz as it's teacher training day tomorrow. Oh, you lucky people, Megan and Zach. I remember teacher training days. They used to be so much fun. You didn't have to go to bed late, didn't have to go to bed till late, and then you didn't have school in the morning. So welcome along to playing tonight. Theo Allen, looking forward to quizzing tonight. Please can we have a shout out for Merlot Mickey, the Turbo Farmer's 57th birthday today. I like that. That's my favourite of the night so far. See if anyone can top that, especially with your sort of your profile picture as well. That's quite cool. Wow, this is a long message. Good evening, Sarah Jane. Let's have a look. So we've been with you since the beginning, taking part every Thursday without fail. It has helped us going during this weird time, and we have developed an amazing friendship with the other 2 families we quiz with. So thank you. On Thursday today, it's my husband Simeon. Simeon? Apologise if I pronounced that wrong. You know what I'm like though. Simeon's birthday, and we'll be really grateful for a birthday shout out for him. He's decided we will still be quizzing, so as per usual, the Beavers, Thorpes and Todds will be signing in and would mean tons to have a mention. Well, happy birthday to you, Simeon. Hope you've had a really, really good day. And this is just some of the things, I've been talking about this over the last couple of days when talking about the book. And messages like that are the reason why we are still here, we are still going, and we're going to continue to keep going, because we get similar messages like this all the time where, you know, families have been brought together, friends have been made and stuff like that. The community that this whole thing has ended up creating through sheer just by you guys sharing and sharing and sharing, that's why we're still here, that's why we're still going, and we will continue to do so for as long as possible. So good evening to you guys. Hope you are all well. Oh, Becky's on fire tonight. She's been finding all the really long messages. Good evening, Carl. Hi, Jay. Been absolutely loving the quizzes. Haven't missed one yet. Also great to see a fellow Spurs fan living their best life. Good evening, Carl. Definitely. It's my girlfriend's birthday this week. The lovely lady in my life turns 26 on Saturday, and I've been massively indebted to you if you could give her a happy birthday from Carl and the Loose Women. I wonder if is that the Loose Women? Is that like all of the ladies from TV? Every week we've tuned in with our school friends to try our hand and hope to hit 50-50, as we've had a 49 but not cracked the 50. Hoping this tips the scale in our good luck. Well, thank you very much, Carl, and massive happy birthday to your lovely lady. You didn't actually put her name on, I've just noticed, but I'm sure Carl Morris is a lovely lady, will know that we're talking about her. Right, let's see what we got. Jenny Wren. My parents Hazel and Mike celebrated their golden wedding anniversary on the 3rd of October. We have a 3-way inter-family competition every Thursday. Stefan and I always win. It's the highlight of our week. Thank you from their 3 kids, Chris, Paul and Jen. And partners, of course. She's put that in brackets as well to finish that. I like that. So yeah, before I forget, so a massive thank you. You've probably seen it if you were with us right at the beginning, and I need to make a few tweaks to that because there's a few silent bits. But again, as we are through the whole of October, we're supporting Samaritans. Very, very pleased that we're supporting them, and we've got a treat for you in a couple of weeks thanks to them. But I'm not saying too much yet. But yeah, we've got a treat coming for you as a thank you for the support that you've shown and given them over these last couple of weeks. So we're going to be supporting them all the way through till the end of October. You know, so honoured that they agreed to come on and be our charity partner for October. So thank you very much to all of them and their hard work behind the scenes. We've got, as always, another video to play in the break a bit later on. But yeah, your support has been absolutely incredible for them. You know, we were watching it last week, and yeah, absolutely fantastic. And some of the messages that you guys have put on Just Giving were absolutely incredible as well. So thank you very much for sharing your stories on there as well. So let's have a look. Say hello to Louise Warner. Can I request a birthday shout out tonight? Of course you can. Happy 16th birthday to Peggy Sue. Love Auntie Wheeze, Uncle Dara, Miles, and Maisie Blue. So good evening to you guys. Happy birthday to Peggy Sue. Emma Godsmark. Hi Jay and Alex. We have played every week but 2. Sorry, that's okay. You can miss the odd one. It's fine. Love our Thursday night quizzes. Today is my dad's birthday. Mean the world. I see someone snuck that in. That's another one for Mer. So happy birthday again, Merlo Mickey, the Turbo Farmer, or Michael for short. So you've snuck that in again. I really should probably read these, but never mind. Hi Jane Alex, could we get a shout out this evening for our dad Jeff's 64th birthday? We've been doing the quiz since the 2nd week and enjoying him groan at the occasional spelling mistakes. Oh yeah, well that's part of the course with me. So but yeah, thank you very much guys. I hope you are well. Let me just get that off my screen. Don't forget, so all I have in front of my screen is my big WhatsApp. I've got YouTube Live Studio, but I've no live chat coming up on the screen. The only thing that jumps up on my screen, which comes through directly to me, that doesn't come through Becky or Alex, is the super chat feature that's at the bottom on the live chat. It's the only thing that comes up on my screen, and it freezes everything and I can't do anything. So so yeah, if you are talking in YouTube live chat, I don't see it unfortunately, and Becky and Alex are over on social media. They are yeah, they're all over there looking for the hashtag as well, hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz. Gotta say a good hello to one of my oldest friends, I think. Yeah, in fact, you probably are my oldest friend, to be fair. So good evening to Mr. Scott Keithley and his lovely wife, Rachel. Good evening to both of you over there in Wigan. Hope you are staying safe, and at some point I will get down and see you when we're allowed to sort of play nicely outside again. So we'll catch up very soon. Let me just I need to go on to that one. So this is from Chantel Scott. I would like to say a massive happy 60th birthday to Derek Ramage. Love from all of your family. So that's for you, Derek. I hope you've had a really incredible 60th in the best way that you can. So yeah, happy birthday to you, and that's from Chantel Scott. Good evening to you, and I believe you've just joined us on Patreon. So good evening, welcome to that crazy community that it is. So thank you very much, Chantel. Right, where did I get to on that one? Because that one pinged. Oh no, hang on, that reminds me. Talking of Patreon, I do have one. Let me load up my phone. Here it is. Yeah. So the Mill Lane Mob. One of the top tier Patreons, guys I met when I was at Sandford Hall in Staffordshire when we did the Great British Drive-In, and they said that I've been saying poor Catrioni's name wrong, and she said, whatever you do, don't change it because I know you're talking about us. However, tonight it's not about her. She wants me to say a massive happy birthday to her mum, Leslie Mostyn. So good evening to you, Leslie. It was lovely to meet you guys at Great British Drive-In. I hope you're all well, hope you're staying safe. Thank you for, as I say, your continued support from yourselves and all of the patrons. And if you were at Sandford Hall, I mentioned this before, but if you were at Sandford Hall at the Great British Drive-In, you'll know there was an incredibly talented young man on stage with me, which was Callum Mountford. He's recorded 2 songs for us tonight that will be at the end of the quiz before we do the book Q&A. So stick around for that. If you were there, you know how talented that guy is, and just share the love about that young man all over social media. I've put the link to his Facebook page in there as well in the description. So yeah, share the love. He is an incredible man, and I'm so honoured that he agreed to record a couple of songs. And they're not covers. These are original songs he's recorded. They're brilliant. Honestly, they're absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Callum will be along around about 9:15 this evening. So that will be on later on. The wonderful Callum. Here for the quiz does come round quick. Shout out to Irene Pitt as it's her retirement today. So wish her all the best and to enjoy life. Yes, best of luck with your retirement, Irene. Hope it all goes well. Can you give a shout out to Kate, Rob, and Olivia, and wish a happy belated birthday to Kate? Been here since week 1. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you've stuck with us and we've not put you off too much. So thank you for keeping with us. How long have we got? 10.5 minutes. Shout out to Jess, Carol, and John, the Cordell and Moorcock clan. Been playing the quiz every day since the beginning. Well, good evening to all of you. Hope you are all staying safe as well. And I've got 3 more, I think. Shout out for Pat and Alan in Bognor. Missed last week, only the second miss. Well, welcome back. Glad to have you with us. So thank you very much for joining us again, as always. A lot of people apparently say on Twitter they really sort of like the new haircut. Probably a little bit shorter than I thought it was going to be, but it'll grow back in. But yeah, I feel better for it anyway. So big shout out to my wife who did that, who cut my hair without actually cutting me, which is progress. Last. I didn't cut you last time. Did you not? No. Okay. She has nipped my ears occasionally. You have cut my ear before. Let's just say hello to a few more people. A big shout out to our dear friends Aid and Jill from Helperby, North Yorkshire. We've played opposite each other since the start. Moving to Exmouth. We'll visit and bring gin, of course. Keep on playing. Yeah, I'm on, because I'm doing the interview with David about the book and everything afterwards, which, as I say, broadcast live to you all. Because I'm doing that, I'm on the pop tonight, so otherwise who knows what answers there'll be this evening. But yeah, so thank you very much for joining us. Just under 9 minutes to go. Plenty of time to grab your pens and paper and get yourselves settled. A lot of messages coming through during the week. I think some people may have missed the message last week where we were talking about what's going to happen sort of, going forward for the rest of the year. So what I can confirm at the moment, so Halloween, obviously we're live, and we are live on Halloween. So we're live, I think we're live on Halloween, which is a Thursday, but if it's not that night, but we will be doing a Halloween. There will be some elements of Halloween in there for you. I was debating doing fancy dress Halloween, but we'll keep working on that. Let us know what you think anyway. So yeah, we will be with you Halloween. We've got November, obviously, as always, bar 1. I've got a break planned in. More to come on that when we're ready to announce that. We've just got a few things we're confirming in the background, which will be my first one since March, and I'm taking everyone's advice where they've said you need a break. You've been doing this, so I've got one Thursday night off coming up in November. December, so we'll be right at the way through as normal, and then we will be live Christmas Eve, Boxing Day, because that's Thursday and Saturday. We will be live New Year's Eve, possibly twice. So New Year's Eve is the Thursday, so we may have 2 live quizzes on New Year's Eve. It's still to be, the final sort of bits and pieces are still to be decided, but we are possibly going to go live twice on New Year's Eve. Usual time 8:15 with a standard sort of quiz, and then I'm possibly thinking, just need to work the logistics out, possibly thinking about doing a big quiz, sort of a review of the year that doesn't mention the C word or lockdowns or anything like that, just all of the other things that have gone on this year. We're possibly thinking about doing that from about 11 o'clock on New Year's Eve, that would then take us through to sort of midnight and the Happy New Year and what have you, and then give you the answers afterwards. So it's work in progress, but I just wanted to let you know, because a lot of you have been asking, I think you may have missed the message last week, so a lot of you have been asking, what are we doing around the festive period. So there you go. We will be live Christmas Eve, we will be live Boxing Day. There will be a quiz as well of some description on Christmas Day. Okay, so yeah, we're still here. We're not going. We want to. We're sticking with you, and you guys have been sticking with us. So yeah, we'll treat you at Christmas for a few quizzes. Right, let's say hello to a couple more people. I don't know where that came from. Hello. Let's say hello to a couple more people. Alana Grady. Nope, I've done that one. Some of these are doubling up on themselves. Let's come out of that for a second. There we go. It's frozen on me, that's why. So yeah, 6 minutes to go. Oh no, there we go. Siobhan Warren, hello Jay, my family love your quiz. Could you possibly please do a shout out tonight, if you can, for me and my dad's birthday? His name is Paul. I am Siobhan. We share the same day. Thank you. Well, happy birthday to both of you and Paul. Paul and Siobhan, hope you've had a really good day. Hope you continue to enjoy the rest of your evening. Please can we have a shout out on tonight's quiz? I know you say, so can you give a shout out to Chandler Baldwin Feeks Beta Quiz Partnership? It will make me so happy and will make my day. That's from Isabel Chandler. Good evening. Hope you guys are well. Sounds like a great partnership. That sounds like good fun. So right, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, yes, I need to read that one, don't I? So don't forget, you've still got a couple of minutes if you want to go on. Head on over to Quiz Jockey. The link is down below. It's an if you don't know what Quiz Jockey is, it's an interactive way. I've not loaded my graphics, unfortunately, because I'm on different software. But Quiz Jockey is an interactive way of playing the quiz. You play on a web browser, enter your answer in, and then the system will mark itself. You can play in an open room where you're playing against anyone. Could be anyone in the world. It's not just the country. It could be anyone in the world. So yeah, take yourselves on over to Quiz Jockey if you want to play interactively, or stick with us here and pen and paper fun. So yeah, stick with us, and we're going to get started in just under 5. I wanted to say hello to a couple of people that I was talking to during the week. To Catherine and John, who I know have just scooted off. They're over in Gozo, so I hope you guys made it safely. I hope you're there and you're okay, and yeah, hope everything's gone well with your journey, and enjoying your quiz. And you still said you're going to play tonight, so yeah, hope everything went well with that. To the Robbins family, good evening to you guys. Hope you're all well. Lovely to see you guys on Sundays, sort of virtually through the Zoom chat. So I hope you guys are well. To Helen Nicholson, to Emily, to hope all you guys are well as well. Who else was I going to say to? I've been talking to a few people during the week. No, can't remember. Out of my head. It'll come back to me and I'll say hello during the break. To my friend Andrew, I think he might. I think he's playing. He sent me a message earlier saying he's got his copy of the book. So to my friend Andrew. To Mr. Ogar, who sent me a lovely message earlier. He's a fellow quiz host in Darwin, or fellow former quiz host, shall I say, in Darwin, and of course Leon as well, who is no doubt somewhere around. So good evening, Leon Kelly. Hope you're okay. Hope you've had a good day. Your quiz was impossibly hard last night, and if you do another round all on ABBA, I know Ashley Jade might have enjoyed it, but if you do another round all on ABBA, I may veto, might just sit there and protest. But thanks, it was good fun anyway. Sammy Banks, good evening to you. Can we have a shout out for Banks Barmy Army in Bolton, who have done it since week 1. We've got a secret weapon this week as the youngest member is back from uni to join us. Oh, just as I've made all the questions from the 60s. I'm joking, I haven't, before everyone suddenly switches off. It's still as usual, still spread across all of it. Can you give a shout out to my hubby Marty Locke, who is quarantined at RAF Wittering. We're going to play along together tonight via Zoom and have not missed one yet, and that's from Debs. Of course I am. Stay safe down there, Marty. Hope you stay safe over there in RAF Wittering. 3 more to go. Michael Simmons, hi Jay, absolutely love these. Can you please say a big hello to the lovely Eli, Karen and Shelley? Oh, and don't forget new baby Simon. Wow, good evening to you, new baby Simon. Welcome to this craziness. Welcome along to all of you. 2 to go. Can you wish Hayley and Ant a happy 6th anniversary for Saturday, please? Your #1 fans from day 1. Well, good evening to you, Hayley and Ant. Everyone's coming out as #1 fan tonight. It's quite nice. I like this. And then finally, there's a lovely one to finish on. Could you say a happy 67th birthday to Grandad Howell from Ollie and Elliot? Ollie is 2 and Elliot is 9 months. So happy birthday to Grandad Howell. Hope you've had 67th birthday to Grandad Howell. Hope you've had a very, very good day. Okay, let's close that down for now. Oh, Alex has just snuck a last one in. Grace Brown, hi Jay, please can you shout out my parents Andrea and Malcolm Brown for their 15th wedding anniversary today? Of course I can. Happy anniversary, guys. Hope you've had a very, very good day. Okay, right, I need to do my admin. So the live chat is going off for now on YouTube, as we always do at this point. As always, it's still on Facebook, so please, whatever you do, don't put the answers in the comments. It just upsets people, so please don't put your answers in the comments. But yes, so yeah, Facebook chat is left on all the way through the quiz. If you are on YouTube, so the YouTube live chat is now off. However, I will put it back on for when we do the Q&A. So if you do want a question, if you've got something that's been burning in the back of your head and you want to know, as always, hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz. Stick it up on our social media now, between now and sort of when the Q&A is. And Alex and Becky, between the two of them, will get those fired over to David. So you never know, your question might just get asked this evening. So if there's something there that you've always wanted to know the answer to, yeah, head on over to social media, hashtag Jay's Virtual Pub Quiz, and put your question in there, and you never know, we might ask it. Okay, we've got 30 seconds to go. Now this is where the challenging bit of this new software comes in. Is it going to transition to where I need it to be? Because on the old one I have it all loaded in and it's all in one place. This, I've got two monitors up in front of me today, so I'm going to do that. And I'm hoping, oh, gone a bit sort of, there we go, I'm back. Right, I've lost my mouse, there we go. Right, okay, here we go. So far so good. Okay, so as always then, so we start with a picture round. My camera sort of went a bit funny on my screen. So we start with a picture round then. 10 random pictures for you. And here we go. Don't forget, if you're playing in Quiz Jockey, you'll have the picture up as well, so you can see the picture. So number one, name the singer for number one. So name the singer for number one. Number two, name the website from that logo. So name the website from that logo. Number three, name the car maker from that badge. So name the car maker from the badge. Question number four, picture number four. Who made this smartphone? This was the first smartphone that they released. Who made it? Which company? Not personally who made it in the factory, but yeah, which company made that smartphone? Number five, name the toy. So name the toy pictured here. Number six, name the country. So name the country for number six from that flag. Number seven, name the TV show from that cast pictured there. So name the TV show from the cast pictured there. Number 8, name the game from the picture. Put a nice, oh, that's my mouse. Put a nice easy one in for you. I need a proper mouse, man. Number 9, name the UK city from this aerial picture. So name the UK city from this aerial picture. And finally, number 10. So these 3 men were considered the first what in football? So these 3 men were considered the first what in football? The gentleman in the top left, I just need to load up my document. So the gentleman in the top left-hand corner is Walter Tull. Alex and I both watched a documentary on him this week. So yeah, these 3 men were considered the first what in football? Okay, let's move on to round 2. So, as you know, the entertainment round, I've split it up and I'm spreading it across all the quizzes. So, last Thursday it was music, Saturday it was TV, and tonight it is the turn of movies. So again, spread across the ages, there's all sorts. Majority of them are pretty well known, I think. So let's get into it. Number 1. So, what is the name of the upcoming James Bond film that's now been delayed until 2021? So, what is the name of the upcoming James Bond film now delayed until 2021? Okay, I think I know how to sort that. Number 2, complete the title of the 2012 action thriller Man on a what? So complete the title of the 2012 action thriller Man on a what? Number 3, which 2007 British comedy saw a group of schoolgirls steal a painting to save their school? So which 2007 British comedy saw a group of schoolgirls steal a painting to save their school? So I've just got the theme tune in my head, that's why I'm nodding along. No clues, no clues. If you have just joined us late and you're new to us, don't panic, you haven't missed any of the questions. They will all be up on our social media, Twitter and Instagram in the break. So don't worry, you'll be able to catch up. Number 4, Morgan Freeman played God in which 2003 movie? The only thing I'm going to say is be careful on this one. So pay attention to it. Morgan Freeman played God in which 2003 movie? Number 5, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox and David Arquette were the leads in which horror movie franchise? So Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox and David Arquette were the leads in which horror movie franchise? Number 6, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels played Lloyd and Harry in which slapstick comedy films? So Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels played Lloyd and Harry in which slapstick comedy films? Number 7, Skid Row, Feed Me and Suddenly Seymour are musical numbers from which film? So Skid Row, Feed Me and Suddenly Seymour are musical numbers from which film? My mum sat there going, I know one. Number 8, what government position did Hugh Grant play in Love Actually? So which government position did Hugh Grant play in Love Actually? Number 9, which actor played the goalkeeper in the movie Escape to Victory? Now, I missed a bit off of this, I've just realised, but for the Allies. So which actor played the goalkeeper in the movie Escape to Victory for the Allies? In fact... Haha! Oh, I like this new software. It means I can edit things on the fly. Doesn't mean I'll get rid of the mistakes, but it means I can edit things on the fly. There we go. So if you did have me on mute, now you know. So I'll leave that there for a second. Just point out, everything that I've done with this is all self-taught. It's not. I've not had these skills before. You know, at any point in these 7 months. You know how to use these bits of software and stuff. This is all self-taught. So yeah, which actor played the goalkeeper in the movie Escape to Victory for the Allies? And finally, number 10. In Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who was the first child to leave the tour after drinking from the chocolate river? Among many other silly things he did at that point. But yeah, so in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who was the first child to leave the tour after drinking from the chocolate river? Okay, finally then, before we take a break, so books out, so there was always going to be a book round of some description tonight, but I've tried, again, as always, tried to make this accessible for everybody as possible, but again, they're only easy if you know the answer to questions anyway. So we'll start with number 1. So true or false? I'll put a nice little true or false question in to start with. True or false? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone sold over 100 million books and is the best-selling one of the franchise, despite being the first. So true or false, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone sold over 100 million books and is the best-selling one of the franchise despite being the first one. Is that true or false? Number 2, which painter's surname features in the best-selling book by Dan Brown? So, which painter's surname features in the best-selling book in the name of the best-selling book? In the title, that's what I'm missing. In the title, best-selling book by Dan Brown. We can avoid Justin Timberlake Gate tonight. I think we've done well. Number 3, which animal was the subject of the novel Black Beauty? So, which animals were the subject of the novel Black Beauty? Number 4, according to the title of a Jack Higgins novel, what has landed? So, according to the title of a Jack Higgins novel, what has landed? The has landed. So what was it? Number 5, Swedish author Stieg Larsson wrote The Girl with the What? So, Swedish author Stieg Larsson wrote The Girl with the What? Number 6, who wrote the Wind in the Willows books? So, who wrote the Wind in the Willows books? Number 7, Life's What You Make of It. Oh, sorry, Life's What You Make It is the memoir of which TV presenter? So, Life's What You Make It is the memoir of which TV presenter? Number 8, Relentless, Deadline, Final Minute and Target are all books by which author? So, Relentless, Deadline, Final Minute and Target are all books by which author? Two to go. Number 9. Who wrote the Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? So, who wrote Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? And finally, number 10, complete the famous line from the book. Silly old fox, owl, or snake. It's not all in the one go, but they say this line a few times. So, silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a what? So, complete the famous line. Silly old fox, doesn't he know there's no such thing as a what? Oh, that was different. Okay, right. So we're going to take a short break now to give you time. Sorry, I confused me. We're going to take a short break now to give you a bit of time to put your answers together. So I've got a video from the Samaritans to come, and then our usual bits and pieces, and then we'll be back. So don't forget, in this break, let us know you're playing along. Let us know how you think you're doing so far. Let us know what you think your scores might be so far, and if you have got a question for later on, for after the quiz, for the question and answers with regards to the book, go on over and start sticking them on social media. Alex has sent me a message saying there's some absolutely brilliant ones out there already. So right, we will see you in a few minutes' time. See you shortly.
I just knew that they support people no matter what. I think that's all I really knew about Samaritans.
I think we should all be Samaritans.
I've always brought the children up to know that they're okay, so mum's going out to take care of people that need a little bit of help. Anyone can call with anything. You're never ever judged.
I raised money for the Belfast branch. They said, you know, we're always looking for volunteers here, so that was that. They don't give advice, they don't tell you what to do. For me, that's one of the biggest reasons that Samaritans works.
Sometimes people can go weeks without speaking to someone. We're sociable creatures, you know, we're not meant to be alone. I'd tried to take my own life a couple of times previous. I rang the Samaritans, I felt safe pretty much instantly. I felt that trust. I was glad at the time when I had someone to talk to.
Not everyone sleeps at night. It can be a really lonely time. So where do people go? What do people do? Who do people talk to? I think it's important that they're there 24/7.
At night is when your mind can take you to places that you didn't need to go.
Through my own struggles, I kind of appreciated the value of talking. It's all about that connection. People need people. You know, what drives us is our emotions and feelings.
The second that you put the phone down, another call comes in. It's really a privilege to be able to be part of this network.
It is powerful, there's no two ways about it.
The donations that people give are incredibly important to keep the centres running.
We do a lot of outreach, whether that's going to schools or prisons. It's everyday people talking to everyday people, I suppose.
Right, welcome back. So I'm still going to give you a bit more time. I've just been spying on Quiz Jockey while that was all playing out. But firstly, again, massive thank you to the Samaritans for putting those videos together. If you weren't with us at the beginning, I did sort of speculate that we've got, as a thank you to all of you guys, we may have a nice treat towards the end of October, because Samaritans are with us until the end of October. So when we get it confirmed and when we know what we're doing, we'll let you know. It's pretty much, it's 99% there, sorted. We just need to sort the logistics out of it. But yeah, Samaritans wanted to do something to say thank you for your incredible support so far. So yeah. Oh, I missed a message from Alex. Oh, okay. Right, so yeah, we'll give you another minute or so. Oh, I'll give you a couple more minutes too. Put your answers together. I was just having a spy on Quiz Jockey to see how you guys were getting on over there. Let me just close those down. So far, nope, I'm out. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so far, that screen's gone. Frozen on me. Yeah, so far it looks like movies is probably your strongest rounds over on Quiz Jockey tonight, followed by picture round, and then followed just slightly behind by the books. But yeah, there was one question that every single person in the Quiz Jockey who are playing tonight, there's about 500 people playing in Quiz Jockey tonight. There's one question that every single person got right, 100% across the board. So well done to all of you if you're there in Quiz Jockey on that one. I'll tell you which one it is when we go through the answers. So yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, completely forgot. Completely forgot. Oh, that's not. Right, no, that's fine. That's not for me. Right, yeah. Also something I was going to say, and I can't remember what it was. No, it escaped my brain. It's such a long week. There's so many things that have happened this week, along with the book launch. These feet haven't touched the ground this week. So yeah, lots of really exciting things still to come and still to announce. So really looking forward to that. So thank you to you guys as always for playing along. I want to get that one back on. There we go. Yeah, so another minute and then we shall go through some answers with you and let you know how you're getting on. And if you have got a question, if there's something burning in the back of your brain that you want to know for the Q&A later on, please do. Because if you've just joined us and wondering what Q&A, this has arrived. This is out. Well, mine arrived last week, but yeah, I was quite impressed. Amazon was sending them out yesterday. There was people sending me pictures yesterday with the book going, it's arrived. I'm thinking it's not supposed to be out till tomorrow. But yeah, so obviously book's out now, which we're very proud of. And while I've got, in fact, that's what I'll do while I'm doing this. I just want to say a massive thank you to the team at Mirror, to Kaz, to Mel, and more importantly to Aja, who I gave many sleepless nights over this book, you know, trying to get everything together. So I just want to say a massive thank you to the three of you. Without you, I don't think we'd have got past, you know, sort of page one. So massive thank you to the girls at Mirror Book and all of the team behind the scenes for helping put this together. So yeah, awesome. So a few people are mentioning it's in the top 100 bestsellers of Amazon. Awesome. Happy. Well, I will take that in the top 100 of Amazon. Well, happy days. Thank you very much. So that's a testament to you guys. So thank you very much. I can say I'm a top 100 bestseller on Amazon. Is that even a thing? Well, we'll take it. Right. Okay. 30 seconds, and then we'll give you the answers to part one. It's just honestly, it's been a surreal week. It really has. So much going on. But yeah, thank you if you have ordered the book. If you've got one on order, I know there's been a couple of issues with pre-orders, but it will be worth the wait, as everyone's been saying, which has been really pleasing. Some of the comments have been great. But yeah, if you do have a burning question, something you thought, always wanted to ask that, if you use our hashtag on Twitter, don't put them into the DMs because we won't find them. Use the hashtag as always. It's up on screen all the way through the quiz. So use that, and then Alex and Becky will pull those out and give the best ones across to David. So who's going to interview me after the quiz and after the incredible Mr. Callum Mountford will be here later on. Okay, right, let's go into some answers then. That screen is what I want. Here we go. I don't know what happened with that weird transition before. That was quite weird and I can't find it now, so I don't know if I'll do it again. No. Okay. Right, so there's that screen there. Okay, right. I'm just going to put that up. I'll start giving the answers in 20 seconds. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so picture round is what we kicked off with. Okay, so the first picture, name the singer. That is Ella Fitzgerald. So that's Ella Fitzgerald for number 1. Number 2, name the website. It's the Just Giving website. Number 3, name the car maker. So that is Ferrari from the badge. Number 4, who made this smartphone? That is Apple. That's the the iPhone 3. That's the first smartphone that they released. Number 5, name the toy. That's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Tap away on the button and try and knock the other one out. Number 6, name the country from the flag. That's Sweden. Number 7, name the TV show. That's Coronation Street. Number 8, of course, was Snakes and Ladders. Name the game. Number 9, name of the UK city from that aerial photo. I think I can do this. Yeah, there we go. I left a couple of clues. So the answer is York. That's York train station in the National Train Museum. But yeah, so that is York. Oh, good point, my cursor's on screen. And finally, number 10, these 3 men were considered the first what in football? They were the first mixed heritage footballers. Obviously, there's different variations that you can have of that, but that's the wording that I took off of 3 websites this afternoon. But yeah, they're the first mixed heritage footballers. Like I say, Alex and I watched a very powerful documentary. If you've not seen it, have a look for it. It was a very, very powerful documentary, especially if you're a football fan. Very worth watching. Alex recommended it to me, and then I went and checked it out yesterday. Round 2 was movies. Number 1, what is the name of the upcoming James Bond film, now delayed until 2021? It's No Time to Die. Number 2, complete the title of the 2012 action thriller Man on a What? It's Man on a Ledge. Brilliant film if you've not seen that. It's a very, very good film. Number 3, which 2007 British comedy saw a group of schoolgirls steal a painting to save their school? It was Centrinians. Number 4, Morgan Freeman played God in which 2003 movie? It was Bruce Almighty. If you've put Evan Almighty, although Morgan Freeman played God in that film, it wasn't released in 2003. Okay, so it's wrong. The film that was released in 2003 was Bruce Almighty. Number 5, Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox and David Arquette were the leads in which horror movie franchise? It was Scream. Number 6, Jim Carrey's back. Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels played Lloyd and Harry in which slapstick comedy films? It's Dumb and Dumber. However, I will allow you the Dumb and Dumber 2. Because they reprised their characters in the sequel. I haven't put a year in there. So if you put Dumb and Dumber 2, you can have the point as well. Number 7, Skid Row, Feed Me and Suddenly Seymour are musical numbers from which film? It's Little Shop of Horrors. Number 8, which government position did Hugh Grant play in Love Actually? That's the Prime Minister. Very, very brilliant dance scene he does in number 10. Number 9, which actor played the goalkeeper in the movie Escape to Victory? I've not edited that slide, but it was Sylvester Stallone, played in goal for the Allies. And number 10, in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, who was the first child to leave the tour after drinking from the chocolate river? It was Augustus Gloop. Round 3 was books. Number 1, true or false, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone sold over 100 million books and is the best-selling one of the franchise. Despite being the first one, it's true. The others haven't actually made it to 100 million. So yeah, Philosopher's Stone sold 100 million. And I learned, talking about learning stuff on quizzes, I learned last night that J.K. Rowling was the first author to make £1 billion from book sales alone. Number 2, which painter's surname featured in the title of the best-selling book by Dan Brown? It's Da Vinci, Da Vinci's Code, the Da Vinci Code. Number 3, which animal was the subject of the novel Black Beauty? They were horses. 100% of you got that, by the way, on Quiz Jockey. That was the one I was talking about. Number 4, according to the title of a Jack Higgins novel, what has landed? It's the eagle. Number 5, Swedish author Stieg Larsson wrote The Girl with the What? It's the dragon tattoo. Number 6, who wrote The Wind in the Willows books? It was Kenneth Grahame. Number 7, Life's What You Make It is the memoir of which TV presenter? It's Philip Schofield. Number 8, Relentless, Deadline, Final Minute and Target are all books by which author? It's Simon Kernick. They're very, very, very good books. I've got one as an audiobook that I listen to in the car. Number 9, who wrote Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? It's Mark Twain. And finally, number 10, complete the famous line, silly old fox, owl, snake, delete as appropriate. Doesn't he know there's no such thing as a Gruffalo? Okay, so Alex and Bex have just let me know that there may be some technical issues with Quiz Jockey that they've seen on Twitter. We have sent messages through to Michael. He is looking into it as quickly as he can and just trying to work out what the issue is there. So we are aware of it. We have passed it on to Michael. So if you are having some issues with Quiz Jockey, massively apologise. Technology, that's what happens. But Michael is very, very good. He is working himself in the background to try and get it back up and running as quickly as possible. Okay, so I'll give you a minute to put your answers, to put your scores. Let us know how you think you're getting on so far. Deliberately muted myself then because I didn't want that, gulping noise that you get when you're having a drink. So I deliberately muted myself. That wasn't a mistake. If you're playing Jay's virtual pub quiz bingo and saying you've muted himself. So yeah, we'll go into part 2 of the quiz in just a second. So I've got a connections round for you. I know you love your connections round, and general knowledge to finish as well, plus a tiebreaker. So we'll start that in about 30 seconds. I think possibly Michael may have got Quiz Jockey back up and running, which is good news. Okay, right, so we're going to start I'm just going to close that down actually. Right, so we're going to start part 2 in 10 seconds. I need to get myself in the right position. Need to find the first question in round 4. There it is. Okay, so connections round then to start us off. Let's transition across to that. There we go. Right, so connections round to start us off. So if you've not done one of these before and you are new to us, all you need to do, so I've got 9 questions, and question number 10 is what links all the answers together. So if you end up with 2 answers for the same question, it's the one that will link with all of the others and fit the link that will be the right answer. So there might be an answer that you think is right, but then if it doesn't fit with the others, then ultimately it will end up being wrong. Okay, let's go. Question number 1. And obviously, as always, let us know when you think you've got the link, because you guys love shouting about when you how quickly you think you've got the link. So number 1, what device attached to the wall would heat your home? So what device attached to the wall would heat your home? Number 2, what is the first name of the lead singer of Guns N' Roses? So what is the first name of the lead singer of Guns N' Roses? Number 3, what is the name of the sides of a bowling alley raised to stop the ball going in the gutter? So what is the name of the sides of a bowling alley raised to stop the ball going in the gutter? So Michael's just sent me a message. If you are playing on Quiz Jockey, if you refresh the page now, it should be all back up and running. He says he sent a message to everyone as well. Number 4, a word used that gives away secrets of a TV show, film, or book. Sorry, I got my mouse stuck. So a word that used gives away secrets of a TV show, film, or book. Number 5, what 3-letter word is often used to describe the abdominal muscles in the human body? So what 3-letter word is often used to describe the abdominal muscles in the human body? Number 6, another word for an adjournment or postponement. Another word for an adjournment or postponement beginning with the letter S. So another word for an adjournment or postponement beginning with the letter S. Number 7, what is the name of a small handbag designed to be handheld? So what is the name of a small handbag designed to be handheld? Number 8, a word that can be used a word that can be used to define making someone tired and without energy. Train. Is that the first one of the night? I must have missed the others. So a word that can be used to define making someone tired and without energy. Number 9, a period of time whereby you stop doing what you are doing for a short period. So a period of time whereby you stop doing what you are doing for a short period. As always, number 10, what links the words together? So what links all of those together? And as always then, we finish then with general knowledge, 10 questions randomly from all sorts of different areas and categories. And we start then with, oh, there we go, that's the right slide. So we start then with number 1. Which British Airways aircraft made its last flight this morning, the 8th of October, from Heathrow Airport? So which British Airways aircraft made its last flight this morning, the 8th of October, from Heathrow Airport? Number 2, which country has the reality show I'm a Celebrity moved to as it can't film in Australia? So which country has the reality show I'm a Celebrity moved to as it can't film in Australia? Number 3, what was the name of Fred Flintstone's daughter? So what was the name of Fred Flintstone's daughter? Number 4, what name is given to the study of fossils? So what name is given to the study of fossils? Number 5, who is the host of the Popmaster quiz on Radio 2? So who is the host of the Popmaster quiz on Radio 2? Number 6, what does the W stand for in WD-40? So what does the W stand for in WD-40? Number 7, London and Edinburgh are connected by which long continuous road? So London and Edinburgh are connected by which long continuous road? Number 8, which country has the most operational nuclear reactors? Is it China, France, or the United States? So which country has the most operational nuclear reactors? China, France, or the USA? Okay, 2 to go. We'll take another quick short break. 2 to go. Number 9, the painter J.M.W. Turner is on which Bank of England note? So the painter J.M.W. Turner is on which Bank of England note? And finally, number 10. What does CO stand for on an address label? So what does the letters CO stand for on an address label? Okay, well, I don't know where that's coming from, so I have to find out why who's doing that. Right, so that is your quiz then for this evening. We'll go through the answers shortly, but we're going to take another short break. So I'm going to put the video on from Samaritans again and our little bits. So I will see you again shortly. As always, let us know over on social media how you think you're doing. If you need any of those questions again, they're up on Twitter and Instagram now. I'll be back with you shortly. Oh, hang on, no. He says that one. I'll be back with you shortly.
I just knew that they support people no matter what. I think that's all I really knew about Samaritans.
I think we should all be Samaritans.
I've always brought the children up to know that they're okay, so mum's going out to take care of people that need a little bit of help. Anyone can call with anything. You're never ever judged.
I raised money for the Belfast branch. They said, you know, we're always looking for volunteers here, so that was that. They don't give advice, they don't tell you what to do. For me, that's one of the biggest reasons that Samaritans works.
Sometimes people can go weeks without speaking to someone. We're sociable creatures, you know, we're not meant to be alone. I'd tried to take my own life a couple of times previous. I rang the Samaritans, I felt safe pretty much instantly. I felt that trust. I was glad at the time when I had someone to talk to.
Not everyone sleeps at night. It can be a really lonely time. So where do people go? What do people do? Who do people talk to? I think it's important that they're there 24/7.
At night is when your mind can take you to places that you didn't need to go.
Through my own struggles, I kind of appreciated the value of talking. It's all about that connection. People need people. You know, what drives us is our emotions and feelings.
The second that you put the phone down, another call comes in. It's really a privilege to be able to be part of this network.
It is powerful, there's no two ways about it.
The donations that people give are incredibly important to keep the centres running.
We do a lot of outreach, whether that's going to schools or prisons. It's everyday people talking to everyday people, I suppose.
Okay, back to normal now. Right, so we'll go through the answers in about a minute's time when I get it all into the right place. So I suddenly thought that might be coming up on screen, and then you'll all be able to, sort of, if you're quick enough, pause it and get all the answers. Right, so we'll give you the answers in a minute's time. So yeah, don't forget, we're going to, after the quiz is finished, after I've done the time break, I'm going to put the credits up as normal, because obviously a lot of the patrons on there, they've got their name in the credits, so they like to see that, especially the new patrons that have joined us over the last few days. So welcome to you guys. So I'm going to put the Patreon credits on there, but I'm going to have a chat over the top of it, so rather than it just sort of being blank and what have you. And then I'm going to introduce the incredible talent that is Mr. Callum Mountford. These songs are incredible, so I'm really sure you guys are going to love those. And then I'll be introducing David Parsley from the iNewspaper, who is going to take over the channel, and he is going to conduct an interview about the book. So like I said, we've got loads of questions, but if you think you've got a brilliant question that you want to know the answer to, go on over to our social media and put it up. And before I give you the answers as well, I believe one of the videos earlier on with regards to the advent calendar, if you haven't seen it, link is down in the description below. Apparently the code was blurred out, so some people were a bit confused, couldn't see the code properly. There's the link down in the description there for advent calendar and chocolate, and if you use JAY10, there's 10% off it. So I just wanted to point that out because a few people on Twitter said we couldn't see the code. So there you go. There is a nice little 10% off there for you. Right, let's give you some answers. I need to be on that one. And that one. There we go. Right, let's give you the answers then to the final part of the quiz tonight. So number one, what device attached to the wall would heat your home? It's a radiator. Number two, what is the first name of the lead singer of Guns N' Roses? It's Axl Rose. I think this is about the point where a lot of you got what the link was, including my friends Roy and Stacey. Number three, what is the name of the sides of a bowling alley raised to stop the ball going into the gutter? It's bumper or bumpers. Number four, a word used that gives away secrets of a TV show, a film or book is a spoiler. Number 5. I like this one. I was quite sort of giggling to myself when I wrote this earlier. But what 3-letter word is often used to describe the abdominal muscles in the human body? It's abs. Or, if you know what the link is already, ABS. Number 6. Another word for an adjournment or postponement beginning with S is suspension. Number 7. What is the name of a small handbag designed to be handheld? It's clutch. Number 8. A word that can be used to define making someone tired and without energy is an exhaust or exhaust. Number 9. A period of time whereby you stop doing what you are doing for a short period is break. Breaks. And of course, what links the words together? They are all car parts. So they're all parts of a car. Things you'd find on a car. However you've worded it, as long as it's got the word car and parts in the answer, you can have that. General knowledge round 5. This is what we finished off with. Number 1. I watched this morning. Which British Airways aircraft made its last flight this morning, the 8th of October, from Heathrow Airport? It was the final Boeing 747s of British Airways. My granddad used to take me plane spotting. They had one of the old liveries on one of those 747s. It looked absolutely beautiful, to be fair. Number 2, which country has the reality show I'm a Celebrity moved to, as it can't film in Australia? It is, of course, Wales. Number 3, what was the name of Fred Flintstone's daughter? It was Pebbles. Number 4, what name is given to the study of fossils? It's paleontology. I even think I spelled that right as well. Number 5, who is the host of the Popmaster quiz on Radio 2? It's Ken Bruce. For all the quizzes I do and write, I am still rubbish at Popmaster. Number 6, what does the W stand for in WD-40? It's water. Water displacement 40. Number 7, London and Edinburgh are connected by which long continuous road? It's the A1. Number 8, which country has the most operational nuclear reactors? It's the United States. Out of those, it was China, France and the US of your options. It's the United States of America by a long way as well. They've got most operational nuclear reactors. Number 9, the painter J.M.W. Turner is on which Bank of England note? It's the £20 note. And your final question for this evening is, what does CO stand for on an address label? It is care of. So it's care of address. Okay, so I'm going to stay in this screen just because it saves me moving the mouse around. So I'm going to stay down here in the corner. Hi, I'm down here. So I'm going to stay here in the corner and I'll give you the tiebreaker question in about a minute's time. So I'll just let you sort of sort yourselves out if you're handing your sheets back, etc. to your teams you're playing against, or if you're on Quiz Jockey, give you the opportunity to have a look at your scores, where you've ended up on the scoreboard, on your leaderboard so far, and let you share those, etc. And then I will give you the tiebreaker very shortly. Dun, 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 dun. Tiebreaker might get you thinking this week. Do, 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 do. There you go. For those who are playing Jay's virtual pub quiz bingo in various places of all the bingo cards we've seen, there's your do-de-do-de-doos. I'll probably give someone a full house. Right, tiebreaker time then. Here it is. Okay, so despite still being 10 years old on the show, technically, how old should Bart Simpson be today? So despite being 10 years old on the show, technically, how old should Bart Simpson be today? give you the answer in a minute's time. We'll give you, not a minute, we'll give you a little bit of time to go through. Okay, I'll give you the answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The answer is he'd be 40 years old. That came as a surprise when I was trying to work that out earlier, and that took me quite a while to work that out from different things. So yeah, he would be 40 years old if he'd followed it all the way through. So let me go to that one and that one. Right, perfect. So if you are leaving us now, thank you very much as always for playing along, but don't forget, I've got any minute now, once after the credits, I've got the wonderful Callum Mountford is going to be performing 2 of his own original songs. Incredibly talented young man. And then we'll be back after that. I'll be joined by David Parsley from the iNewspaper, who is going to go through a Q&A with regards to this wonderful thing. So don't forget, we've got a competition. The pinned posts are now up on Twitter. I think they're everywhere, to be fair, wherever Alex and Becky have now put them. It's a pinned post. I think it's on Facebook. So we're giving away 5 personal recorded quizzes for you, your friends and family. So all you need to do is take a selfie with the book, or you and your team, however you want to do it, between today and the 8th of November, and then we will pick 5 lucky winners that you'll have a bespoke quiz written for you by me and recorded as well. Okay, right, I'm going to put the credits up so I can say goodbye to everyone if you are leaving us now. So it's that one there, and you should still be able to hear me. So there's our social media links and everything. So I'm going to just say goodbye to everyone. So yeah, if you are leaving us, thank you very much for playing. Do appreciate it. So these links that come up on the screen, I never sort of talk over these because there's normally music, but so we go through the all right, it's Facebook and Twitter. So at this point, I like to say thank you to the patrons, who are an incredible community. All the communities we've got are brilliant, but the guys on Patreons, you know, the people on there are absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much for all your continued messages and your support. So what you see now over the next few slides, the top 3 tiers, that's some of the things that are available. Depending on which tier that you are on, it starts at £3 and goes all the way up to the super quizzes at £25 a month. And it, you know, there's loads of different things that you get depending on which tier you want to be on. The next few slides go through the credits. So the top 3 tiers there, they get their name in the credits, so they are effectively producers because they are supporting this. And here we go. So the super quizzes there. Andy and Kate McKay joined us over the weekend, so welcome to you, and Chris Doyle and Jess as well joined us as well. We get together after the Patreon quiz once a month and have a Zoom chat, all the top tier. And then we've got the gold quizzes, etc. I need to change those because I think they're out of sync. But yeah, so that's the Patreon tiers. I'll just wait for the next one. I'm going to put myself on, and then I'm going to introduce the incredible Callum. Oh, there's the link for the. Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, please get yourselves ready. Make sure you've got your volume up for this. This young man is so talented. When I heard him perform when we were at Sandon Hall, not Sandford Hall, Sandon Hall in Staffordshire, and I couldn't think of anyone better to give us a bit of a musical interlude while I get things sorted with David and get prepared for the Q&A. So ladies and gentlemen, please, his link is down in the description. Listen to these original songs from him and do go and check him out. Absolutely incredibly talented. I'm very proud to announce, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Callum Mountford.
Hi, my name is Callum Mountford. Just want to say a massive thank you to Jay for having me on for his book launch. I'm going to be playing a couple songs for you. They are my own, so I hope you like it. If you do, you can follow my Instagram, Facebook, check it out on YouTube, and it's just all Callum Mountford music. So I hope to see you there. Thank you.
I'm gonna make my way back home, so nobody follow me. I wanna walk these streets alone. Don't you give me no sympathy, 'cause I have a long way to go. Hollow emotion, turn out the light. I just wanna say that I'm missing you tonight. I know what I did was the right thing to do, but I just can't help feel the things I do for you. My way back home, so nobody follow me. I wanna walk these streets alone. Don't you give me no sympathy, 'cause I have a long way to go. We've come too far to be sorry. Look at the mess we left behind when we fell. Now that we spent some time apart, the weight is off me. I cannot fall back under your spell. So nobody follow me. I wanna walk these streets alone. Don't you give me no sympathy, 'cause I have a long way to go. I'm gonna make my way back home, so nobody follow me. I wanna walk these streets alone. Don't you give me no sympathy. I'm gonna make my way back home, so nobody follow me. I wanna walk these streets alone. Don't you give me no sympathy, 'cause I have a long way to go. First time they laid eyes upon each other, they were singing in some kind of bar. She walked into a crowded room and lit up like the sun. The first time they spoke, I don't remember what was said, but I know it was something short and sweet. They asked a bunch of questions, like what is your favorite color? And in that moment they both just knew. She said my favorite color. He said my favorite color is blue. Oh, The first time they said I love you was a time when they were further apart. She whispered down the phone with a sudden burst of laughter, and he promised he would never be untrue. She said my favorite color. He said my favorite color is blue. Oh, baby blue. Blue. Oh, baby blue. They asked a bunch of questions like, what is your favorite color? And in that moment they both just knew. She said my favorite color. I said my favorite color is blue. Oh, baby blue. Blue. Oh, baby blue.
So there we go. Massive, massive thank you to the incredible Callum Mountford. Thank you so much for doing those. They are original songs. They are his own recordings. They're his own songs that he has written. So in the description, I know a lot of you have been asking on YouTube. So in the description, if you go on there, and his Facebook page is on there, that is the best place to find him. Go and send him a load of love. Go and send him some messages. Go and like loads of his posts. Go and tell him that you've just heard him over here and absolutely thought it was absolutely incredible, because I'd love to get him loads and loads of support. So now we need to talk about the book. So I would like to introduce a very, very kind gentleman who has given up his Thursday evening to come and have a chat with all of us and ask all the hard-hitting questions that we've been waiting to hear. His name is David Parsley. He is a journalist with the I newspaper, and I am now giving up control of Jay's virtual pub quiz for about 20 minutes, half an hour, to David. So let's introduce him. Good evening, David. That one.
Evening, Jay. How are you doing?
Oh, there we go.
How are you doing?
I need to take that off. I'm doing okay. How are you? Thank you very much for doing this.
Not bad at all. So you're trusting me with your valuable quiz, are you, for the next 20 minutes or so?
That's it. This is now in your hands. This is completely in your hands.
And you haven't even given me any questions, so I can ask anything I want.
It is completely free. It is entirely up to you. This is now your time to put me very much on the spot for the first time that anyone's done in 7 months. Okay,
that'll be fun. Well, we should kick off with this. Tell me more about this. How did it all come about?
Yeah. So the wonderful team at Mirror Books approached us and said, would you be interested in writing a quiz book? And sort of went, yeah, okay, why not? How hard can it be? It turns out very hard, very, very hard indeed. Because, I've read, I've seen quiz books and stuff before and I thought, oh, it's just a whole heap of questions. But, researching questions is quite hard. But it was a great team with the guys at Mirror Books, and helped us get through it. So yeah, I'm very, very, very proud of it. It's it does look incredible as well. Looks absolutely incredible. So
I like the inside page about halfway down. It's very good. That 2 lines there is really good about halfway down.
Yeah, it's a great quote. That I do like that. I think that gentleman's.
So where did the idea come from, and particularly how did you get the time when you're doing 2 or 3 quizzes, 4 quizzes, and the speciality quizzes every single week for the past 6-7 months? How on earth did you get time to fill a book?
It's called lack of sleep, I think, is the right words to use on that one. I sort of, what I was doing for the beginning of it was when I was writing the quizzes for Thursday or Saturday or any specialist quizzes, I just, instead of doing the 10 for a round, I just do an extra couple. So, and then I just put them to one side into an Excel spreadsheet ready for writing the book itself. And that seemed to be the easiest way to do it, really. Just keep putting them to one side and then realize the deadline was looming more and more, and it came up very, very quickly in the end. So I think that was 72 hours straight pretty much of sitting in front of the computer and just solidly writing. So yeah, I think about 3 weeks of leisurely writing and then 72 hours of panic, I think, is the right words to use.
That ping, by the way, is a number of questions coming in from the virtual pub quizzes. If you want to ask a question, then just get on the YouTube channel, go on the chat part of that. I think that's open again now, isn't it, Jay?
It is, yeah. YouTube live chat is now still on.
So after I've asked you a few questions, we've got them rolling in. So if you want to ask one, put it in the chat there and it will come through to me and I'll ask them to Jay at the end. So what's in the book? Is it just quizzes? Is it old quizzes? Is it new quizzes? What else is in there?
So there's 5 of the historic quizzes, which are ones that people will have seen across the channel if they've been with us from week 1. So the first quiz right back from the beginning, that's on there. There's the world record breaking quiz and some of the other special quizzes that we did. Then there's 31 brand new written quizzes by myself, 50 questions, so 5 rounds of 10 questions in each. So there's 50 question quizzes there. And the one thing I really, really like about the book is there's 51 questions at the back, the final quiz, and that's by the community. So those are community suggested questions that we ask people, you know, what's your best questions? And I went through, it was the first time I actually sort of had the chance to look at those yesterday. Do you know what? I couldn't get half of them. They're brilliant questions, absolutely brilliant. In fact, really sadly, the only one I got was the the Mambo number 5 question. Name the ladies in the song Mambo number 5. I think that was the only one that I got confidently.
And do the 51 people that entered these questions, do they know it's in the book yet?
Yeah, they were all contacted by Mirror Books, so yeah, they should know that, you know, they've got their name in lights, so their name's there, and then the questions underneath.
Well, there you go. There's 51 sales for a start, isn't it?
Exactly. It was a great start. We knew we'd guarantee 51.
And how is it? It's on sale today, isn't it?
Yeah, it was on sale first thing this morning. A lot of people got their pre-order yesterday, which was quite weird. Amazon decided that, you know, people had waited too long, so they sent them out a bit earlier. And a lot of people have been getting them today. So yeah, it's out there. It's ready to go. WH Smiths and Waterstones have got them, and then next Thursday you'll be able to pick it up in Asda as well, which was quite sort of a shock to find out as well.
And how are sales going so far? Pretty well, I hear. Yeah,
very good. People have been saying to Alex on Twitter tonight that they think it's in the top 100 of Amazon at the moment, which is just incredible. You know, not only have I got a book out, I'm sat on the top 100 of Amazon with, you know, established authors, and then there's this idiot sat in there somewhere. So it's incredible. So you launched a quiz from scratch back in March when lockdown hit us all. Yeah. You've got a book out. You've got mugs like these. Yeah, I understand. Things taste better out of those mugs, don't they? Oh. And where are we? We're quiz number 54 tonight. Is that right? Yeah. So yeah, the third, the live ones that would have been 54 that's just gone by tonight. It's 29th live one on a Thursday, 54 live in total. I mean, a question that a lot of the questions are on the same theme already. Where are we? We've got Kath, who asked, what do you sit and stare at during the quiz? When I'm looking that way. Yeah, so I've got my wife and housemate, friend of mine, they sit just out of my eye line. So sometimes it gets picked up on the microphone and sometimes not. And that's why I sort of like just have a little look at what they're both up to, because they're usually sort of up to being devious. So that's why I just sort of have a quick look at what they're playing at. Usually they're taking the mick out of me for something I've said wrong or pronounced wrong or what it might be. I was going to get onto that actually.
what was the kind of the high point of the 54 quizzes so far, and the low point?
I think the high point for me was the Guinness World Record, without a shadow of a doubt. In fact, actually, no, there's a joint high point. So there's the Guinness World Record, which is just an incredible achievement, you know, sat there behind me. To have 182,000 people watching someone, you know, live on YouTube, just asking questions, was just incredible. But the second joint high point was the Alzheimer's Research UK night, where we had Sir Stephen, I've just knighted him, where we had Stephen Fry do a couple of the rounds, because that night on its own, we raised, I think, just short of £200,000 in that one night. And, you know, for me, that was just absolutely mind-blowing to know that, you know, we'd made that much of a difference to a community, to make people, you know, want to support the charity. So, you know, those are the two high points. I think the low point was, for me, was the one night that I had massive microphone issues, and it was, it turned into a Dalek about halfway through, and I couldn't recover it. Most things, technical problems, I've managed to sort of get, you know, back right, but that night was just, it was awful for me, because I came away from it thinking, you know, there's people who are just not going to like this anymore, and they're not going to come back, or, you know, and thankfully, you know, everyone did come back. They were really, you know, really supportive of it, and said, you know, these things happen. Most of us just muted you. So I was like, right, that's great, you know.
Well, that's what I did, and we all came back for the next one. I think, you know, there were tens of thousands of people that join you every single week. You've saved our evenings over the last 7 months. It has been incredible. But could you know, how did it start? As I remember, you used to have a pub, didn't you? And you had quizzes in the pub, and how do you transfer that and think about doing it online?
Well, this shows how completely haphazardly it was. That when they shut the pubs down, we'd closed our pub in the first week of March, so it was before, you know, all of this happened. So we'd already given the keys back. So I was going back to my usual Thursday night out. I was out to play with friends. You know, we enjoyed quiz night because we could catch up. You know, in between rounds we could have drinks and stuff. So that was my one night out of the week. And then when we were told we couldn't do that anymore, I was like, well, what do I do now? That's my release, my relaxation. I thought, well, I wonder if I can do this online. You know, I'm sure, you know, there must be a way to do like a Facebook Live, you know, or something like that. There might even be an interactive thing I can do. So I just created a Facebook post for my friends and family on Facebook saying, thinking of doing a quiz on Thursday, you know, something like we normally do on Thursday nights. If you want to join me, let me know. And it just spiraled out of control from there. By the time the first quiz came along, I think there were 500,000 people either interested or going to that first quiz. And, you know, we don't have the official figures, which I wish I had have recorded in some way, shape or form, what the actual numbers were that night. But we think it was close to about 300,000 at one point. And, you know, it was just incredible to know. I mean, I remember sort of sat there in, you know, so I've got it on my left-hand side on the screen at the moment. And it shows me the people who are watching. So before I start the live stream, it always shows me how many people are waiting for the live stream to start. And it's like 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50. And I'm just sat there and went, this is just incredible. You know, these people are coming along to watch me, and I don't even know how I'm going to start this, let alone say hello, let alone, you know, then get into the questions. But I've as a person, it's helped me because I've grown in confidence as well. So, you know, I've become more confident about sitting here in front of a camera and talking to people and being open and honest with, you know, some very personal things of my own.
Well, I think that's what people like about it. You haven't changed. You've been yourself throughout it. We've kind of we all feel like we've been on this sort of progression with you, and things have got a little bit kind of more sleek now and again. And with the logo's changing, you're getting better posters behind you and all that sort of thing. However, the bloopers are always still there, though, aren't they?
Yeah, that comes down to a lack of organisational skills and me doing everything at 100 mile an hour instead of, you know, dropping it down a few gears and, you know, concentrating on one thing rather than 5 at the same time.
So what are your favourites? My favourites are in kind of order, I reckon, are Tom Cruise and Jamie Dodger. But tell us how we end up with Jebral knowledge. I mean, there might still be new people coming to the quiz and you're still calling it Jebral knowledge, and they're all going, well, you've just spelt that wrong.
Yeah, I tried to explain it as much as possible, really. That, you know, Jebral knowledge was gone from way back in the beginning. And you know, it's in the book. We got Stephen Fry to say it, and you know, it's those genuine mistakes. I mean, my personal favourite is the one that social media went mad for on Saturday, which was instead of the answer Taurus on screen, it was Justin Timberlake. So the amount of people who are running around going, "I'm no longer a Taurus, I am a star sign of Justin Timberlake," was just, you know, and a lot of people, I get messages saying, "Oh, you can't be this stupid. You know, these have got to be genuine mistakes," and they are genuine mistakes. It's sitting here going, right, I think that's ready, right, that's fine. I've had a brief look through it and I've skimmed through and not really read it properly, and you know, spelling mistakes and stuff like that. I mean, I'd love to see the movie of you know, Tom Cruise and George Clooney eating Jamie Dodgers. I think that would be a brilliant movie for everyone to watch.
There's also the kind of serious side to things. When you got into this, did you realise you'd be raising money for charity? It was literally for fun at the beginning, I assume, and then the charity sort of followed, did it?
Yeah, I mean, that first quiz, like I say, I to be honest, I didn't expect to get any further than just the first quiz. I just thought it'd be a one-off and that would be that. And at the end of that first quiz, I said, look, I've just set up a Facebook page. If you want this to continue, if you want me to do this every week, I'm more than happy to. I've got nothing better to be doing right now. Come and join us on Facebook and let us know. And the Facebook community and YouTube both jumped up to like 180,000 overnight of people wanting to continue. The message inbox blew up. So I couldn't keep up with the messages. But yeah, a lot of the messages were the same theme of you know, you've got to raise some money for charity. You've got to focus on charity. But I thought, well, I've got to do this in the right way, because I don't want to, you know, suddenly, right now, you know, you've had this free quiz, now it's a charity quiz. I didn't want it to be that way. I didn't want people feeling that they had to pay for the quiz, because I want to keep these quizzes as free as possible as I can. But a lot of people have said, you've done this in the right way. What you've done is you've put the charities there, you've highlighted them, but you've not put them down our throats. You've not said, you must go and donate now. You've introduced them and then you've moved on. And that's why we've donated, because you've not told us we have to. And we've donated because you've selected the charities and you want us to support them.
So how much are we at the moment? Somewhere around £700,000, something like that, is it?
Yeah, I think this week we've just crossed over 750,000 now. When you put in sort of gift aid and text donations from the various charities as well, which don't show up on Just Giving, because obviously they go to them directly. So yeah, we're just over 750,000 now.
I mean, that's staggering. I mean, again, you couldn't possibly have thought someone up in Darwin in the northwest is going to be raising 750 grand for all these charities. Name some of the charities that you've been working with.
So we started with NHS charities together. We thought that was the perfect one. My wife works for the NHS. We moved on to Alzheimer's. Well, we had Alzheimer's Research UK, the Diana Award, which is Alex's charity, the Diana Award Anti-Bullying. Obviously, we're with Samaritans at the moment, who are our featured charity this week. We've had Guide Dogs, Dogs Trust, but obviously the one that means the most to me, and I was so grateful that so many people supported it, was the Connection at St Martin's, which was, you know, an incredible thing for them for everyone to support them. I was worried about, not just from my own personal, you know, story perspective, but it was a London-based homeless charity. And I thought, you know, people might come out and say, well, you know, what about this charity, or what about the homeless charities in our area? And that's why I made it quite clear, look, if you don't feel comfortable supporting St Martin's, then, you know, do support one of your local ones.
Well, let's talk a bit more about St Martin's. I mean, a lot of the virtual pub quizzes will know your story, but many still might not. I've spoken to you about it before, and I mean, not so many years ago, you were living on the streets of London, no job, nothing to do, nowhere to sleep for the night. Yeah, I remember you telling me about that your particular bench on the embankment on the Thames. You even gave it a number, didn't you?
Yeah, number 3, Riverside View, Victoria Embankment. So
yeah, a multi-million-pound penthouse, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the views I got out of that, people pay £8-9 million, you know, sort of a go for, and probably more than that.
So how long were you homeless?
It was just around about the 2 years mark. So even when St Martin's and I were working together and they were helping, there was still a transition period there where I was still on the streets, even though I was using their services, because it took time to get, you know, sort of the housing and stuff sorted.
And you were quite reluctant, I remember you saying, to get help from them. What would you say to people who, for whatever reason, are feeling down, especially times like these, are feeling down? People are offering help, and so many of us are reluctant to go and accept it. What would you say to people like that?
I ended up in the situation I am because I was sort of A, too proud, and B, you know, I've never really asked for help in my life. But if you find yourself into a situation where you are going to struggle, there's going to be a lot of people in the same boat. Ask for help, please do, because you don't want to find yourself in that situation on number 5, you know, Riverside View. You don't want to be there. I think the homeless sort of scene, if you like, has changed a lot over the last 11 years. Whereas, you know, I had slept on the embankment and I felt safe there. I was only ever once I had a problem. That was a group of German tourists, and that was only because I'd overslept. I tended to get myself away. But yeah, so I felt safe there, but I wouldn't feel safe there now, not with some of the things that go on, you know, with homeless people now. So, you know, if you do need, you know, help, ask for it. If someone's offering it, take it. You know, that you'll find a way later on down the line that you'll be able to repay, you know, that help and that favour in the same way that I have now done with, you know, Connection at St Martin's, and will continue to.
Oh, so that's exactly what I was going to say. It must feel great to be able to return the favour, really.
Yeah, and I mean, I always said to them when I left to, you know, to be rehoused, that I will find a way to repay the debt. I raised £1,500 for them at the time, but I said, you know, I still don't feel I've done enough. I'd given a couple of speeches to their corporate clients that they were trying to fundraise for, and told a bit about my story there. And again, I said to them, I still don't feel like I've done enough. And they said, look, you know, we feel you have. But I always knew that something would happen that would mean that I could repay that debt to them.
I mean, it is a remarkable story. Look at you now. I mean, you've met so many famous people. You've been honoured by lots of different. I think even some of your favourite football club maybe have been nice to you recently. You've met all sorts of people.
I have, yeah. It's, do you know, I mean, that's the thing. The opportunities that have sort of presented itself through this have just been incredible. I mean, you know, Ledley King, who is a Tottenham legend, surprised me on a call. And I couldn't believe it when sort of, you know, Zoom call comes up and his face popped up and he just wanted to have a chat. You know, I mean, I've got, you know, Stephen Fry's come on to my quiz. Not, it should be the other way around. I should have been asking questions on his quiz, but Stephen Fry's been on my quiz and talking, you know, and asking questions for, you know, for my purpose. You know, if opportunities and things come along, you know, things might come up. If someone sits there and says, oh, we've got a new quiz show idea, and they see me as a safe pair of hands and think I'd be great to present it, you know, brilliant. I'm taking each day as it comes. But I'll still be here on a Thursday night, on a Saturday night, asking questions to, no matter what happens, with, you know, probably YouTube's, you know, most accessible and free quiz. And that's how I'll continue to do it, no matter what.
Well, I mean, where are we? We've got about 25% of the country back down in virtual total lockdown again. Who knows what's going to happen over the next few weeks and months? We're going to need you to hang around. I mean, the nights are drawing in. It's getting darker earlier and earlier. Yeah. We're gonna need Jay's virtual pub quiz more than ever. And are you going to do a special Christmas one?
Yeah, I confirmed it tonight. So if we follow the pattern that we're doing, Thursday is Christmas Eve, Saturday is Boxing Day. So I've confirmed that there will be still a quiz on Christmas Eve. There'll be a quiz on Boxing Day. Probably a pre-recorded one for Christmas Day that people can share with the families whenever they're ready and whenever they want to on the day. And
when does your family get to see you at Christmas?
I'll pre-record that the day before. To be fair, they were very supportive and said, you know, if you want to do it for the community on New Year's Eve, then, you know, do go for it. And yeah, I sort of said tonight on New Year's Eve, we'll definitely be live on New Year's Eve. There'll be a quiz in the normal slot at 8:15. However, we are looking into maybe doing 2 quizzes that night, and we'll do a big quiz of the year, start it at 11 o'clock, and take the community who have been with us and have been, you know, alongside us, take them up to, you know, midnight, you know, and share in, you know, see in the new year and see what 2021's got to bring for us. But we're just going to work out, you know, the best way to do it.
A couple of quick ones from me, then we'll move on to the questions from the quizzes. You've had a lot of different drinks in your hand over the last 7 months. Which one was your favourite? What is your favourite tipple? It seems to change.
It's definitely gin, but I'm always open to trying different gins, and that's only because I sort of I think now getting to 38, I think my hangovers off of lager and stuff are getting a bit heavier. So gin's not too bad.
And what's next? That you're going to be going around the country? Are we going to see you in our own local pubs? How does Jay's virtual pub quiz become not quite so virtual?
Hopefully. I mean, I did the Great British Drive-In, and it was an honour to be asked to go down and support their charity venture there for that, alongside the incredible Callum. And you know, that's always been something we wanted to try and wanted to do. You know, do a tour. You know, go around the country, present a quiz. You know, from different venues, different pubs, whatever it might look like. But we just can't plan anything at the moment, because every time we think, right, this will be the perfect month to do it, something happens and we can't. I don't want to be in a situation where we put something in place and then we let people down. So I want to make sure everything's clear. We know when we can do it, and then I will head out. Hopefully, bring Alex and Becky along with us, and you know, we'll head out and come and meet everyone, because I know there's a lot of people that are keen out there to meet us, and I'd love to. Yeah, really would do.
Let's get to some questions. We've got loads now. It's great. Catherine Bradley, she's got a question. She reckons this is going to tax your memory. Do you remember your first ever question? On the virtual pub quiz.
I was going to say on the virtual pub quiz. That was no, I don't.
Is it in the book?
It is in the the first one for the virtual pub quiz is in the book. So I'm going to have to cheat now. Oh, I thought it was along that. Yeah. What is the largest internal organ in the human body? My first ever pub quiz question. No, that was nearly 15, 16 years ago. So I can barely remember what I did yesterday, let alone 16 years ago. But I seem to remember back in those days, I used to start with sport rounds. So it would have been a sport related question back sort of 15, 16 years ago.
We've got, I think it says crafting chaos. They're asking, they love general knowledge. There's just lots of people saying thank you. And what was the trickiest round in the book to write? Is what I think it says. Crafting chaos. Asked that.
I think it was more finding diverse rounds really than finding a trickier round to write. It was making sure that it wasn't just monotonous all the way through. Right, there's a general knowledge round, there's a movie round, so it was just making sure that that was the hardest thing to do, was making sure that there was something in there for everyone really.
Michael Curtin asks, and it's a good question actually. I wondered this. How long did it actually take you to set up to get all the gear ready for your first ever quiz?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, so no, basically that because all we had then was it was my friend's MacBook Pro, so the camera was all built in, the microphone was all built in. I'd spent all week probably from the Monday making sure that, right, so that's how I get it on YouTube, that's how I get it on Facebook. But on the actual night I turned it on, I think it was about 25 past, oh no, it would have been about 7:30. I turned the laptop on, got everything, got the camera right, am I in the right position, right, okay, push the button and hope for the best. And that was it.
Does it get harder the more tricky the technology gets, the more sort of whizzy it gets? Is it harder to manage?
Yeah, definitely, because my eyes are on different monitors now. I don't have Facebook up during the quiz, but I've got the YouTube up to make sure, because that's where the majority of the audience is. So I've got that up to make sure that the quality's good. I've got the software that I'm using to send all the slides and everything, and all the the bits and pieces that we have going with it. So making sure it's all there.
Okay, Wayne and Lee asked, this is another good question. When things eventually, whenever that is, go back to normal, are you still going to carry on with the quiz?
Yeah, without a doubt. I enjoy it that much that I couldn't think of a day that I'd stop. But two, there's a community out there of friends, of family, of people who are on their own, who don't go out to pub quizzes. That's one of the things I see a lot of is, this is our date night. We've never been able to go to a pub quiz, and now we've got one in our living room. So I've said this many times, I will keep doing this until there's only one person watching, and generally it will be my mum. So
Sarah Crofts is asking, do you do all the quizzes yourself, or do you get any help?
The questions are all written by myself and researched, but I get inspiration from people. So if I'm having a conversation with someone, something might come up and I'll go, oh, do you know what, that would make a really good question, and then I'll try and word it in a way.
Patrick McNally asks how much you've raised. We know that now, 750,000 we've just passed. Do you set a target of what you want to raise?
No, the first target I set for the NHS Charities Together was £15,000, and we surpassed that in the first few hours. So Alex has set the target. He wanted to try and get to the 1 million by the end of the year. I sort of said, I think if we could get to 1 million by the 12-month mark, I think that would be an incredible achievement. Yeah,
it'd be great. Linda Morland is just a bit of information for you. You're famous in Barcelona. Your books are there.
Wow.
All right.
Awesome.
How good is that?
I'm getting around.
What else have we got? We've got Patrick McNally. We've had him before. Tony Kello is saying, this is a brilliant book. My wife is saving it for her riding school for wet weather to have Sunday morning yard quiz. So when it's raining at the riding school, they're all going to sit around the horses and do your quizzes. This one I like, from Mike Dowling. How are you coping with being a celebrity these days?
I still don't view myself as that. People around me say, you've got to get used to the fact that you will get recognised wherever you go. But me personally, I just still think I'm an idiot that sits it, because that's the thing. I don't see anyone on a Thursday night. I just see a camera. So, but yeah, getting used to it, I think, is probably the best.
But you're getting recognised now and again. I remember a few months ago you told me you got recognised in the local supermarket. Is that happening more and more now?
Yeah, no, a lot more. And then Great British Drive-In, everyone was absolutely lovely, and they all wanted photographs, socially distanced, and could I sign things and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's starting to happen a lot more now. But I'm getting used to it, and I'm hoping that people, when they do meet me, realise that I am exactly, in person as I am here. Because I don't mind if people want to come and say hello. There was a lady in the range a couple of months back who didn't come over and say hello, and we picked up on it on Twitter. Do come and say hello. I don't mind. I'm not some big-headed person who's going to go fuck her off. That's not me at all.
And we've got Mike Dowling, by the way. I should mention his whole family because he has put them all in. Mike, Anya, and Katja Dowling. That question was from. Hayley's asking. This is another good question. When you're doing a quiz, what's your best round?
Sport or cheesy music.
Sport or cheesy music. Particularly what sport?
Well, I'm a massive football, Formula One, and cricket fan. So I follow all three of those. So I'd know my way generally around those. But then I watch I don't mind watching sport. If it's on in the background, I sat with best mate watching the Rugby World Cup final and stuff. So
I'm laughing. I shouldn't laugh. Alistair Appleton has asked, where do you get your shirts from? He really likes them.
These ones were donated by a law firm in Liverpool. I think they were. I've not got their letter to hand. But the rest of them, to be honest, come from Sainsbury's or Asda. That's where I pick most of them up from.
Okay. Graham Holland asks, would you recommend your barber to Gareth Bale?
No, because it's my wife. So she thinks he's got nice legs. So although that could be,
not letting anywhere near your wife.
No, although it could be an opportunity depending on what day of the week.
Okay, a couple more because we're literally in the last few seconds. Kath W is suggesting J for Strictly. What do you reckon about that?
I've got 2 left feet. Someone said this to
me. There's everybody else on there.
Well, yeah, true. But someone said to me the other day, would you not go on Dancing on Ice? I said I'd end up slicing somebody's hand open because I'd end up falling over all the time. So, no, I don't. It would be a laugh, I suppose, but I doubt I'd ever get picked for it.
Okay, and before I hand back to you, I'm going to read out Emma Cowell's, it's not so much a question, but just a statement of fact. And I think we all echo this. You've been a ray of consistency and optimism for thousands of people every week. Thank you for all you do. I echo that. Thousands of other people do. Thanks for getting us all through lockdown. Good luck with this and keep going.
Thank
and
you.
thanks for letting me annoy you on this over for a few minutes.
No, well, thank you very much for taking the time to come along and do this for us. We wanted to do something around the book, and we're really pleased that you took the time to come and join us. So thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thank you for playing the quizzes.
Good luck.
Thanks, David. Okay, so thank you very much for those of you who stopped on and joined us. Thank you very much for all of the questions and all of the support. Very, very much appreciate everything. And that's it from me. I will see you all live on Saturday. So thanks, guys. Take care. And as always, if I load the right one up, see you soon. Stay safe.